Hello and welcome, everybody, to the latest episode of the Ramblings of Random Minds podcast. I'm your host, Alex Stewart, and this is my guest, Cailin. We are the Rambling Minds this title speaks of. And today, we're going to switch gears about what we normally talk about, which is literally everything, and talk about the stock market. Where, if you listen to us an hour a day, you will keep inflation away. Now, back to you, Cailin.
Do you want me to talk about the stock market?
Yeah. Why not?
Okay. It's not a topic I'm very familiar with.
Nor am I. I just wanted to do that slogan.
I started learning about the stock market in my economy class. My understanding of it is it's something that you can invest in. That's it.
Yes. That makes sense.
I'm doing well in the class, surprisingly. And that's all I know about the stock market.
Impressive.
We just wanted to give a more, I think, educational stance today compared to last podcast when we just talked about how terrible everything is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, stock market is definitely more educational.
Yeah,
than
I taught
change.
we just taught you everything you need to know about the stock market in 20 seconds.
Yeah.
That's it.
Now tune in next week where you will find how artificial intelligence will either destroy or save the world. Just kidding. We're talking about that now.
We are.
Yeah.
I was hoping that we were because I was like, I thought we were talking about that today. So, I think what our plan is I have Chat GPT on my phone. You can't see it, but anyways. And I'm going to ask it 3 questions to talk about today on our podcast. And then we're going to answer them. So I'm going to say, how do you want me to word this? Provide me
3 podcast topics.
Topics or questions? Questions?
Questions, yeah. That's
Provide me with 3 podcast questions, and we're going to answer them. Okay.
That was surprisingly quick.
Done.
This is the first time that I've ever used Chat GPT for the record.
I'm not too familiar with it. Okay. Question 1. These seem kind of boring. Should I ask it for fun questions?
Let's just see what it gives us, and then we can switch it.
Okay. How has technology impacted the way we consume and create podcasts?
I would say that's kind of like. Go ahead, sorry.
I would say that's kind of an obvious answer.
How so?
How else could you watch or listen to a podcast without technology?
I suppose, but how long have radio has been around for 100?
And they used to do podcasts on the radio, I guess.
Yeah, so I feel like that's kind of where it begins.
The radio is a form of technology, though.
Yeah, because it still has evolved from then till now.
With the increased usage of these things.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, radio's still around, but
no one listens to the radio anymore, though. I think
unless it's sports announcing or something, and then you'd just rather watch it.
If I was going to listen to a podcast, I'd go on YouTube or Apple Podcasts.
Yeah,
I wouldn't go to the radio.
Yeah.
So I would probably say that that's how technology's impacted it, just the sources that you use to watch or listen to podcasts.
But you'd almost think that it was more popular if we're including radio as a form of podcast, that it was more popular back then than it is now. So I feel like what it's looking for is how it's gotten better, but I feel like it hasn't necessarily.
I think podcasts are way bigger now than they used to be. The amount of celebrities now that do podcasts and stuff.
Might need to just move out of it, the microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I never would have listened to podcasts 10 years ago, but I think now they're just way more accessible for people.
Yeah.
And it's such a bigger thing.
And the different technologies to make the sound better.
Yeah.
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 So, yeah, as everything, I think we can just sum up that as everything has been helped by technology, so is podcasts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's question 1.
That's question 1. Question 2, what role do podcasts play in shaping public opinion and fostering community engagement? There's a question.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So basically, what role do podcasts play in political ideas? Or not political, but kind of.
I think off the first one, like, in shaping public opinion.
Yeah.
I think podcasts are a great way for people to, like, express their opinions on all different types of topics. Like, that's what we do.
Yeah.
Like, we sit here and we express our opinions, whether it's the same or not.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would say that. And in terms of, like, fostering community engagement, I think it's a place where people can, go in and listen to a podcast of, like, ideas and opinions that they would, like, agree with.
Yeah, and it's one thing that really baffles me about podcasts and, like, YouTube videos is the sheer number of people that watch it. Like, for example, I watch a YouTuber on a live stream, and there's, like, 10,000 people there, but I'm watching it alone on my computer. But, like, that's the equivalent to, like, a huge theater hall or, like, a hockey game.
Yeah.
Which, to put that in perspective, that there's that many people watching and engaging with it at the same time is just baffling.
Yeah, that's true. Like, I think it's a popular thing. And a lot of people do it. And then, like, if you're listening to the same podcast as other people, like, that's a way for you to engage with, like, a community of people that, like, has the same views and perspectives, I guess, too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd say that would be, like, as good of an answer we could give.
Yeah. What else was that?
That's it.
Okay.
Question 3.
Question 3?
Yeah. Can you explore the challenges and opportunities for monetizing podcasts in the ever-evolving digital landscape?
This is not a monetized podcast, so I don't know. I wish it was. Kind of nice.
If it was monetized?
If it was, yeah. Because then I get money for it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how I'd even go about answering that.
Yeah. We're not experienced podcasters, even though we may seem to be.
Okay, I'm going to say, ask me 3 fun, random questions. Here we go. These are good. So now I've asked it to ask me 3 fun, random questions. I think last time provided me with 3 podcast questions. It's
about podcasts.
About podcasts. For a podcast.
For a podcast, yeah.
Okay, it's question 1. If you could have dinner with any fictional character, who would it be and why?
I'll let you start.
Fictional me, this is so bad that I have to clarify this as a 4th year university student. Fictional is like a character from like Madagascar or something, right?
Yeah.
Or like Shrek.
Yeah. Like anything that...
Could it be a real person in a movie? No. Like it needs to be...
It could be somebody playing a person in a movie, but not like...
So if it was like Leonardo DiCaprio from Titanic. Or should we...
Well, his character from Titanic.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Jack.
Yeah. Like, it could be that.
Any fictional character. It's sad that the first thing that came to my mind was Donkey from Shrek.
So you're gonna have dinner with a dog. I wonder what you'd eat.
I don't like it. Literally just came into my mind, and I don't know why. That's the first thing that comes to my head. But like other fictional characters, I watch so many fictional movies. Do you have any that come to mind? Like, why Donkey? I don't know. I think he has a good sense of humor. He's one of my favorite characters. He's from the best movie of all time. There's 3 great reasons.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
I don't know which one, but a Hobbit for sure.
A Hobbit?
Because they're just so because I'm assuming it'd be from the Shire.
Okay.
And hobbits are great about making food.
Oh.
So I'd probably have like the best meal I've had in my life.
You probably would. I'd eat hay.
And yeah. So you eat hay, and I eat filet mignon, and lobster, and Shire food, and halfling sweet nibbles. They're basically just oatmeal cookies in the D&D cookbook. They're very good.
Okay, this is also really random.
Or Hagrid. No, Hagrid won't make a good meal.
He would make a good meal. Okay, this is really random. I'm thinking this. Did you ever watch Max and Ruby? The show with the 2 cartoon rabbits?
I have not. No.
Okay, there's a show with the two cartoon rabbits, and if you watch Max and Ruby, you'll know what I'm talking about. When Ruby walks in the intro with that cake that's like pink with all those fun sprinkles, I would go to lunch with Ruby just to eat that cake. Like, that is like a dream of mine. Like, that cake looks unreal. And that's bad. Like, I watched that when I was 5. But talking about food, I don't know, that came to mind too. This is pathetic that these are my answers, really. I'm sorry.
So you're going to eat with a rabbit and a donkey.
I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's fair. Your answer's a lot better.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Simply
not
put.
that there's better answers here, but I prefer eating with humans. Or halflings, hobbits, technically not. I mean, I don't know. We're not going to get into the fact that they're basically just humans at different sizes.
Yeah.
Or live longer, like elves.
Exactly. Okay, this is a good one too. What's the most unusual or interesting skill you've always wanted to master?
Can it be a fictional skill?
Anything.
Okay.
AI didn't specify.
Either trivia,
Ooh.
like Harry Potter
Yeah.
or Star Wars trivia or something like that, or how to operate like a starship, like in Star Trek,
Wait,
or
that's so good.
like how to do magic in Harry Potter. I think it'd be that one. How to do magic in Harry Potter.
Oh my gosh, those are great answers.
Because
how to
like
do magic, like yeah.
It looks easy in the books because I mean, they just do it all the time, and it's like they skip from like Halloween to Christmas to June, like within chapters. But I'm currently reading through Harry Potter, and I believe they started learning when Wingardium Leviosa, in like the end of October.
Okay.
And that's like the first spell they learn in Charms. So it does take a while to develop those skills, and it would be really cool to do that.
Yeah,
and
that would be so cool.
Yeah. And it's still like set up in like school format.
Yeah.
Which is
I just like an unusual skill. Mastering Nintendo Switch golf.
We were playing that earlier today.
Ugh, I got sniped. Bad. I got plus 15 on one hole. Okay, an unusual skill. Why can't I think of anything? Or an interesting skill.
It could be one that you've already learned too.
I don't do anything interesting enough. An unusual or interesting skill. Oh! No, that's not really a skill.
Yeah, name it anyway.
I think it would be cool to learn how to mountain bike because I'm kind of like...
Oh, that's definitely a skill.
Okay, because I'm really like prissy and like it scares me to fall. I like bowheading. If you don't know what a bowhead is, look it up. They're amazing. I think you can attest. They're pretty cool.
They are.
I do like bowheading. Do I like sitting on a mountain bike? Absolutely not, especially when it's like going downhill. That is something I wish I could do because I feel like that's so hardcore, and I feel like people would think I'm like really rad if I mastered that.
That's a good one.
I feel like that's like a fair, like I think that would, I know, I just wish I wasn't such a like prissy about it. It's annoying. Yeah, maybe that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's not really unusual, but I don't know.
I mean, it's not everybody
That's
knows
true.
how to do that.
Okay, this is a good question too. If you could swap lives with someone for a day, living or dead, who would it be and what would you do?
So if I were to swap lives with somebody, so living or dead, so I could
anyone.
If somebody died,
Yeah.
would I also be dead for a day?
No.
Okay, that's
Just
good.
yeah, like it's just like you'd switch. Okay, It hates to like that I want to be someone that like had a ton of money. Because I wouldn't go shopping. I would like just take their money and like solve climate change. No, I'm kidding. I won't do that. I'd invest in the stock market. No, I would
Yes. And make sure you listen to this podcast like an hour a day. Because you need to keep inflation
exactly.
away.
Yeah. I think I would want to switch lives with I'm trying to think of someone who's really fun, exciting life. I would probably say Michael Scott from The Office, or Dwight Schrute, or Jim Halpert. Like, someone from The Office.
But are we allowed to do fictional characters? Because that completely changes the way I've been thinking about this.
Oh, it needs to be... Oh, real person. Never mind. See, this is bad that I don't know the difference between these things. Okay, you answer...
In this day and age, you'd think celebrities aren't... Or you'd think that people in movies are real people and celebrities are... Like, there's not much of a line in between how it's written.
Okay, you answer and I'm going to think of an answer.
Okay. I really don't know. It'd be interesting to, like... I don't know what
the
one would be.
Okay, I have, like, a very broad answer, which I think could be accepted. I think I would want to be a professional soccer player for a day. Yeah. Like, I think it would be fun to be, like, Cristiano Ronaldo or Mbappe and just, like, see how they live their lives for a day. I think that would be sick. Luka Modric. Like, I think that would be so fun. And, like, yeah, that's what I would do. Because they have money. They go, like, good. They're decent people. That is my answer.
Okay. Am I allowed to say someone from that hasn't been born yet? Says living or dead, but if I said somebody who was like 300 years in the future, then I could just live a life that's 300 years in the future. I think that'd be cool.
That would be really cool.
Because then I just get to see the future.
And see how bad...
Or the past.
Yeah, and then see the impact that climate change has had.
Maybe I'll go a couple hundred years ahead, just in case.
That's a good idea, too! Or like, go back to the past.
Yeah.
Or I'd want to be like my mom, like, 10 years ago, and just see what a like demon child I was. Like I think it would be fun to be someone that like you're close to, like even if I was like my sister or like my buddy.
Yeah.
And like be able to like see myself from like not a mirror, from like someone else's perspective, because you can never do that. Like that would be cool too.
Yeah, that would be good.
That would be cool. Okay, let's ask him more questions. These are actually quite good. I'm vibing with this Chat GPT idea. Okay. Ask me 3 more. Ooh, talking about traveling. If you could time travel to any era, past or future, for a day, where would you want to go and what would you do?
We literally just kind of
we did.
started.
I think...
And you wondered that phones don't listen to you.
Yeah. I think I would want to travel probably... that's actually hard. Because the future I'm going to experience.
Yeah.
But I've already, like...
Because you know about the past.
Like,
so you could kind of change the past, which would be a loophole, but...
If I could time travel to any era, past or future... I'm trying to think of, like, something in my life that I would time travel to that I've, like, regretted not doing.
I mean, going to the future wouldn't... Because if you know what the future looks like when you come back, you'd either want it to be like that or not want it to be like that, and both of those are not really good because, like, you can't make it be like that. And if you are dreading it, then there's nowhere to go because it's ahead of you.
Because the future could be really good or it could be really bad because you'd see where you're going and then your whole life would just suck. So you're like, oh my god, I'm going to end up here.
And even if it's either way it goes, you're back to something that it's either you're dreading the future or you don't want to wait for the future.
I got 2 answers.
Okay,
if I were to time travel to any era, it would be 2 dates in the past. First date would be when the first person ever got COVID, so that the pandemic would just never have happened.
How would you stop it?
I don't know. I'd hire someone. I'm just saying, like, if there was a way to go back in time and, like, prevent the pandemic from happening, even though I think the pandemic did reap its benefits.
Conspiracy theorist in 2019 saying that this virus is going to take over the whole world, it's going to shut down everything, and nobody would believe you.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Yeah, that's what I would do.
Okay.
So I'd want to do that. Second day I would go back to would be the day I hurt my knee, and I would hope that didn't happen.
Okay.
Yeah, those would be my answers.
I don't know, like, the past is cool, but it's not
future
necessarily somewhere you want to live.
Yeah, that's...
And the future, it's not really a good thing to know the future, in my opinion.
I agree. Like, I feel like both of these, like, do I need to go back to the past and stop those? No, those are just answers I have. Like, I'm very content in, like, the modern day.
And, like, even if I went back to a day that I really enjoyed, I'd probably lose some enjoyment because I'd be, like, critiquing that day, maybe. Like, if you, like, rewatch a movie, for example, it's like, you really enjoyed it the first time, second watch through, you're like, oh, that's not good. Oh, that's really cool. That's a cool detail. Oh, they should have done something better. Like, I'm perfectly fine where I'm at.
Yeah. I think that answers it. Mm-hmm. Okay, question 2. What's a quirky or unique talent you possess that not many people know about? Quirky talent.
That's an interesting question.
A unique talent. Something I'm oddly good at. Something comes to mind. Oh, solitaire. That's not really unique, but I'm actually not bad at solitaire.
I wish solitaire was too, like, we could play against each other. Because I like solitaire as well.
Solitaire's so fun.
Yeah.
I'm actually oddly good at solitaire. I don't know if that's a unique talent or skill.
I mean, I feel like not a lot of people
play the game for
busy.
loners.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a weird one. Weird skill.
Maybe playing card. Like, I've grown up on playing cards. Like, I played many card games.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd say I'm good at them, but I enjoy playing them.
Yeah.
I play bridge. How about that? We'll go
there
with
you go.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a complicated card game. Which I can play to some degree. I can play, like, a standard game, not, like... I know basic rules, basically.
Okay, this is another random answer. Also, that's very impressive about bridge. Apparently I'm really good at, like, the polka.
Okay.
Like the German dance. And all of the Germans invited me to German dance night at the Austrian club because they were very impressed by my skills.
Cool.
There you go.
That is definitely a quirky...
It's weird.
Not many people know about...
Yeah.
I think you answered the question quite well.
I think that was actually pretty good. Okay, question 3, I guess 6, if we're combining these. If your life were a movie, what would the title be and who would you play in the lead role? Trainwreck and myself.
Okay. I wonder what it would...
Okay, let me think for you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to just think of, like, a title for, like...
It's like, I cannot
someone
cover
that doesn't
everything.
stop doing things.
Yeah.
Chaos. Starring Alex Starrett. Chaos. Busy but thriving.
Non-stop.
I like that one.
And then I'd want it to be a musical too.
Oh, that is fantastic.
And then I'd just steal it from Hamilton, but whatever.
Okay, dude, that's actually
I think
so
that's
good.
the first song in the second act.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a way better answer than mine. Anyways, mine I would just want to be like a documentary of like my daily life and what I get up to. I actually think that could succeed.
I mean, I'm taking a film studies class. Maybe we could. That would be difficult, but maybe we could
make a documentary about my life. I would actually love that.
Should we continue asking Chat GPT questions?
Yeah, I'm really liking this.
Okay.
These are good questions, actually. Let's do 3 more.
Okay.
We'll see what it gives me. Okay. I don't even know what that word is. If you could pick any superpower, but could only use it for mundane?
I think that's mundane.
Tasks. What power would you choose, and how would you apply it in everyday life?
Well, I've done a podcast on this channel before about that. Not specifically that, but pros and cons to superpowers, and just explaining like how all superpowers are innately bad because they're basically all used to hurt people to stop crime.
Mm-hmm.
That's episode 10 if you want to check it out.
Oh.
Shameless plug.
Yeah.
Ability to fly, because then I could just hover around everywhere and not need to touch stairs or need to figure a way around them or anything. That would be mine.
Yeah, you'd be fully, the world would be accessible to you.
Yeah.
Fully. I think mine would be either reading people's minds.
That was also one that was high on the list.
Yeah. Reading people's minds or being invisible. I think would be
Yeah.
super cool. Because, like, I'm kind of snoopy, and I always like to know what's going on. So if I was able to read people's minds or be invisible, then I could know all the details.
That's fair.
I think I would probably do one of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
I think that's a good answer.
Okay, what's a childhood hobby or activity you enjoyed and that you'd love to rediscover as an adult? I also feel like we could frame this
I'm
as...
still a child, so...
Okay, so what's a hobby that you've enjoyed and that you'd like to rediscover as an adult or, like, continue doing as you grow up? I feel like you can change that for yourself.
So something that I enjoyed in the past and want to revisit, or just something that I enjoy now and want to continue with?
Yeah, either.
Either? Okay.
Yeah, I'd say. You're
Yes.
still a young lad.
Yes.
Young chap.
Indeed, very good. How about you start?
Okay. A childhood hobby or activity that you enjoyed and that you'd like to rediscover as an adult. Probably be playing soccer. I guess I did play when I was 18, but I haven't played in 3 years because of my knee. So I would love to start playing that again. That would probably be my answer. It's kind of like lame. I wish I could think of something more like youth-like, but that's probably my answer.
I think sports is fairly...
Yeah.
I honestly can't really... Like, I can think of things I'm continuing with still.
I think you could answer that because you're still not an adult. Like, just say something that you have done, like, for years.
Like, playing the trumpet or watching, like, geeky stuff.
Yeah, and, like, you want to continue doing that as you grow up.
Yeah.
That's
how I'd answer that.
That's a good answer. Like, enjoy your youth.
Yeah.
Okay, if you...
It's a lot of work to enjoy it.
And then you're 21, and then you really, really miss it. Anyway.
The past is always better than the future.
Oh! Don't get old. Okay. If you could design your own perfect fictional world, fictional meaning like Shrek level type thing?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. What kind of place would it be, and what adventures would you have there? This is exciting. Okay, do you have an answer? You have an answer that came right to you.
Yeah, I play D&D as much as I can, and literally that's the
it.
premise of D&D. So
Okay.
Yeah, just basically something with extreme politics to navigate, and basically just Lord of the Rings, but not Lord of the Rings.
That's amazing. That would be magical.
And not with threat of death.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
I think
death is not good.
Death is bad. Yeah, keep that out of your world. Okay, my own perfect fictional world would probably be I've always wanted to go to Asia, and I love Europe. But Canada's great, too. I'm not too fond on, like, going to South America, so we can cut that out. Africa, we can keep parts of it, just because I think it would be cool to go to. I would do something like that, and I'd want to have a soccer stadium in every single place, and just a million soccer games, and have, like, my besties and I just go around to all these soccer games and meet all these players and just thrive.
So just go to Europe.
And parts of Canada and Asia.
Okay.
But soccer would be a key theme. That's not fictional. Okay, Cailin, think fictional. If I were to have a fictional world, what would it be? Honestly, we can just do that, but cartooned.
Okay, that's fair.
Like, Shrek Swamp came to mind again. The Shrek theme is continuing.
How about this? You, like, take different fictional worlds, smush them together, and give them soccer teams.
I like that. Okay, we'll do Shrek v Madagascar. V Zootopia. V...
You like a lot of animals. Like
Over the hedge. I don't know. I don't know, man. Peter Pan. Whatever you want to do. That's a good idea, too. And then I could just watch it all happen.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah. And I would not want death in my place, and I would like to be financially secure. Yeah. In my fictional world,
you're creating the world. You imagine that you...
Yeah, I'm the president. I get all the money.
Yeah.
I'd own the league. I'd be bloated.
I'm trying... I think those are good answers.
I think that those are fine. Mm-hmm. My answers for all of these have been very questionable and frightening. But I think that all of our answers are fine. I think yours are a lot more logical and rational, whereas mine are just pathetic and...
I wouldn't say that.
Slightly concerning.
I think both of us have added a lot to this conversation.
We have. Very different perspectives, which, is more enjoyable for our fans out here.
Yes.
Ooh. Can I leave the podcast with a quote of the day?
Yes. Also, before we started this podcast, we were talking about, we looked up topics. Mm-hmm. One of them was the stock market. So that's why we started with that.
Yeah.
And the other was a quote of the day. So we start with that list and we end with that list.
Yeah. We also are taking suggestions for future podcasts. If anyone has anything, feel free to comment it. Is that what they do on YouTube? I
think so. Although I don't know if it's still like that now, but when I first started podcasting, it said I was underage and limited comments, but there's 2 video. I don't know if comments work. If they do, please do.
My name's Cailin Wahlberger. Look me up on Instagram and DM me if you have ideas. Okay, quote of the day is from my good old friend from soccer. It's only hard if you do it.
Okay. That's... Yes, I suppose it's only hard if you do it. But if you don't do it, then you don't do anything. So is something being hard worth doing?
There's lots of this is our topic for next podcast now. Yeah. My quote of the day. Or that's all I have actually. Do you have one?
I'm trying to think of Dumbledore quotes.
Oh,
because there are some really good ones. It does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live.
We're gonna end it there.
Yeah.
That's a better place to end it than my quote.
Not necessarily. Anyway, Dumbledore is very wise, and I think Gandalf is too, although he's a bit more whimsical, although Dumbledore is very whimsical.
Yeah.
Anyway, we shall end it there. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed.
Woo!
And
we'll be back.
Make sure to listen once an hour a day. So inflation does not increase. I don't know. What's this look? Doesn't matter. This is chaos.
It is.
Yeah.
I love it.
I mean, it's Ramblings of Random Minds.
Yeah.
It's in the title. What did you expect?
Yeah. Don't expect anything that isn't chaotic.
Yeah. Goodbye. Farewell. It does not do to dwell on dreams and forget that it is only hard if you start it.
You heard it here.
That was a long ending. Anyway.